Have you ever felt like the more you try to improve yourself, the more miserable you become? You wake up at 5 a.m. to hit the gym, plan every meal with military precision, track your calories, avoid junk food at all costs, yet life still feels harder. You're more disciplined than ever, but your mind is cluttered with guilt, stress, and self-doubt. Does that sound familiar? You're not alone. In fact, for many of us on the self-improvement journey, the pursuit of better can often feel like a never-ending treadmill, where the harder we run, the more exhausted we become. But here's the question: is all this effort making us genuinely happier, or just making life feel harder than it needs to be? Welcome to Wise Valley, where we talk about real-life growth, tackling the ups and downs of self-improvement. If you've ever felt like you're stuck in a cycle of striving but never feeling fulfilled, then this video is for you. Before we dive in, if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and join the Wise Valley community. We're here to support each other in living better lives, without burning out in the process. Now let's get into today's topic. Is self-improvement making you miserable? Let's start by acknowledging something that's often swept under the rug. Self-improvement isn't always glamorous. In fact, it can sometimes be downright exhausting. Imagine this: you're eating a perfect diet, working out 6 days a week, and trying to be productive every waking hour. You even wake up early to journal and meditate, and you've eliminated distractions like social media and negative influences. Sounds ideal, right? But here's the catch. The more you try to control every aspect of your life, the more overwhelmed you become. You're constantly thinking about your next meal, the perfect workout, or even how your clothes fit just right. And that overwhelming need for perfection, it starts to eat away at your happiness. The emotional toll of self-improvement isn't something many people talk about, but it's real. You see, we're conditioned to believe that constant improvement leads to ultimate happiness. We're told that if we just do more, be better, and never stop growing, we'll reach the ideal life. But this often leads to burnout. The pursuit of perfection can make us feel like we're never enough. We're stuck in a cycle of I have to keep doing more to become more. Here's where it gets tricky. When you set high expectations for yourself, whether it's in fitness, productivity, or appearance, it's easy to feel like you're failing when things don't go as planned. Missing a workout or indulging in a cheat meal doesn't feel like a small hiccup. It feels like you've completely derailed your progress. This is where guilt creeps in. You've worked so hard, and yet, a single slip-up can feel like a massive failure. But that guilt only adds stress, and that stress can keep you from enjoying the journey itself. Another aspect that can make self-improvement feel like a weight on your shoulders is comparison. In the world of social media and influencer culture, we're constantly exposed to curated versions of other people's lives. And let's be honest, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing our behind-the-scenes struggles with other people's highlight reels. You might think, why is everyone else thriving while I'm over here stressing over the smallest details? It's not uncommon to feel like you're putting in way more effort than others, yet they're getting results effortlessly. This psychological trap can be discouraging. It leads to feelings of inadequacy and frustration. You start believing that if you're not seeing the same results as others, you're doing something wrong, or worse, that you'll never be enough. But here's the truth. What we see on the outside is rarely the full picture. People who seem to have it all together may be struggling just like you, or they may be using different strategies that work for them. Then there's the environment we live in. Society's obsession with productivity and perfection doesn't make it easy to take a break or relax without feeling guilty. The message is clear. If you're not constantly improving, you're falling behind. The pressure to keep up with these unrealistic standards is everywhere. Whether it's the hustle culture on social media or the constant bombardment of self-help books and productivity apps, it feels like you have to always be doing something to move forward. And this societal pressure doesn't help. Instead of enjoying the process of growth, you may find yourself focusing on the end result. This shift in mindset can turn personal growth into a checklist, rather than a rewarding journey. So, what can you do to stop this cycle and find a balance that actually enhances your life instead of draining it? Here are a few practical strategies you can implement today. 1. Embrace imperfection and let go of guilt. The first step is to give yourself permission to be imperfect. Recognize that self-improvement doesn't require perfection, And it's okay to have setbacks. Instead of feeling guilty about eating a burger or skipping a workout, practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that one meal or one missed session won't derail all your progress. Real-life example. Take a look at someone like John, who used to get stressed out over skipping a workout. He realized that his constant guilt was more harmful than the missed sessions themselves. Once he embraced imperfection, his motivation improved, and he started enjoying his workouts more. 2. Focus on consistency over intensity. Instead of striving for perfection every day, focus on consistency. Small, manageable habits performed regularly are more sustainable than trying to crush it every single day. For example, if you're learning a language, aim for 15 to 30 minutes of practice every day rather than a marathon study session once a week. Real-life example. Sarah used to pressure herself into spending hours at the gym. Now she focuses on shorter, more consistent workouts, and she's seen better results while feeling less burnt out. 3. Set boundaries with social media and comparison. Limit your exposure to social media accounts that make you feel inadequate. Set boundaries around comparison by following people who inspire you, but avoid accounts that make you feel like you're falling behind. Real-life example. David used to scroll through social media, comparing himself to influencers. He set a rule to only follow accounts that share educational or motivational content. This simple shift helped him stop the endless comparison cycle. 4. Practice mindfulness and presence. Instead of focusing on the future or the end goal, practice being present. Mindfulness can help you reconnect with your goals in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming. Take a deep breath, enjoy the small wins, and appreciate the journey. Real-life example. Emily used to worry about every little decision. By incorporating mindfulness exercises into her daily routine, she started feeling more at ease with her choices, whether it was what to eat or what to wear. Self-improvement is supposed to be about growth, not constant stress. If you're finding yourself overwhelmed, it's time to reframe your approach. Remember, small and sustainable habits are far more impactful than trying to be perfect every day. So I want you to ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today to make your self-improvement journey more enjoyable and less stressful? Whether it's cutting yourself some slack or adjusting your routine to fit your lifestyle, the choice is yours. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Wise Valley for more content that supports real, balanced growth. And drop a comment below. What's one change you're going to make today to take the pressure off? Thanks for watching, and remember, growth is a journey, not a race. Outro music fade.